Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to talk another Nintendo Switch exclusive, at least prior exclusive, has been confirmed for PC, and that is Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. I am very excited for this, maybe even more so than Monster Hunter Rise, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. And a major former Xbox One exclusive, I guess Windows exclusive, it was on Xbox Game Pass, but Forza Horizon 4 is now on Steam. We'll talk that in just a little bit. What a fantastic game that was. Again, more on that in just a little bit. Okay, Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin will be launching for Nintendo Switch and now PC via Steam on July the 9th. Now, the game was initially announced just for Nintendo Switch. That Capcom leak happened, and it seemed like the game was going to come to PC. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a day-and-day release with the Switch version, but hey, it is, and that is fantastic. Now, this is totally different than your typical Monster Hunter game. This is an RPG in the most traditional of senses. It's got a story attached to it. With Monster Hunter, typically, I mean, there's a story there, but it's not something that is absolutely prevalent. Now, Monster Hunter Stories 1 came out on the Nintendo 3DS, and that was actually a really good game, and these are honestly the games I'm into more so than the traditional Monster Hunter games. I mean, I can find enjoyment out of Monster Hunter, and definitely I put a lot of time into World, but Stories is something that's much more up my alley, and I'm definitely going to enjoy this. This is a story-driven game that uses the Monster Hunter IP and still uses the world and the creatures that are familiar to you if you're a fan of Monster Hunter, but obviously, the gameplay is far, far different. Maybe not a game everybody's going to pick up on day one if it's like $60, but I think down the line on a sale, if it's like 25 to 30, might be a really good pickup, and at the very least, the PC library just getting so much depth to it right now. I mean, look at the games upcoming. You have PlayStation exclusives in Days Gone, you have an Xbox exclusive in Halo Infinite, and now you have a Switch exclusive in Monster Hunter Stories 2. Quote-unquote exclusive because now they're coming to PC. I guess you could say Switch console exclusive, PlayStation console exclusive, and then Xbox console exclusive. So kind of interesting how PC is becoming this marriage of all of these games congregating on it. Now, obviously, you don't have every PlayStation game. You don't have the Zeldas of the world, the Marios of the world, whatever the case may be. Everything from Microsoft is coming, and maybe, you know, in the not too distant future, or maybe it's going to be in the distant future, you'll have everything on PC. I think at the very least, you can continue to expect more PlayStation games, you know, kind of like the offshoot Switch exclusive that comes from a third party, and then the Microsoft exclusives, obviously, they're going to be coming to PC, and that's very relevant right now because Bethesda officially acquired by Microsoft this morning, and how that develops in the next year is going to be a very interesting story to follow. Okay, and lastly, I do want to know, Forza Horizon 4 is officially on Steam, so if you want to buy a copy to own forever and not tied to a subscription service, that option is available. Now, the unfortunate thing is $60 for that standard edition, $80 for that deluxe edition. Now, the game is excellent. I think Forza Horizon 4 is absolutely worth a premier price point. Given the content that you get, it is such a good game. And, you know, racing games aren't completely up my alley, but I can love a good arcade racer. And I was super into Forza Motorsport 3. I enjoy Forza. Horizon 4 was the pinnacle of the Horizon franchise. It was just so good. Excellent music, great visuals. PC version ran really well for me. And, you know, I would say it's a game that's worth $60. It's just that on the other side of the fence, you can sign up to Xbox Game Pass. I don't know if the deal is still available to, you know, pay $1 a month or whatever for your first 3 months. But, yeah, I mean, you can play it relatively cheap. I would like a copy to own on Steam because, you know, I am lucky where I kind of gimp the system and I have Game Pass until like 2023 or something like that. I got like 3 years of it really cheap. And I'm happy about that, but if I was in the position where I had to pay for Game Pass month to month, would I keep it around every month? No, I wouldn't, because I'll go in, I'll play, you know, one of the games they'll drop in a medium or something like that. I'm sure I'll go in when they drop Halo Infinite. But there are months that go by where I don't even touch the service just because, you know, the additions that month don't really compel me. I have the service just because, again, I bought and stacked a bunch of months when it was available really cheap, probably like a year and a half ago, and thankfully I have it for a long time, and it'll work out in my benefit in the long run. But yeah, a game like Forza Horizon 4 might be one that I would want in my collection after Game Pass ends and, you know, I'm going month to month or whatever the case may be. It's just an excellent game. If you're not a fan of subscription services and you want all your games on Steam, add Forza Horizon 4 to your wish list. I wouldn't pay $60 for it, given that it's a little bit dated at this point, and I do think it's going to go on sale relatively shortly. I think it'll be $30 before the end of the year, but at $30, I would say absolutely pick it up again. If you're not into Game Pass and subscription services, it's an excellent game, and I highly, highly recommend it if you do have the chance to check it out. But that's going to wrap up this one. Again, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin coming to PC on July 9th, and Forza Horizon 4 now on Steam. That's going to wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comments as well, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.